All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Hang in there now. Hey. Got three. Three down. What's your son? 51 to 5.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Throwing his Wentz. Looking deep for his into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now the rookie from NC State, this is Nyheim Hines. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. Remember, the Chiefs and Pats met in the season opener last year, and it was the Chiefs that came in and shocked the defending champs 42-27 behind 4 Alex Smith touchdowns. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up third.
Well, anytime it's a toss or a pitch play, it's a battle for the edges. Who's going to control the edge of the line of scrimmage? In other words, can the defensive guys hold their leverage? What we were always taught was keep your outside arm or outside shoulder free. If you were playing on the play side, meaning the ball coming towards you, and anyone coming from the backside, they're pinching down and sliding down towards it to try and keep people kind of locked into one spot. And, boy, what a great defensive play there. Worn out leverage, running to the football from the inside out, it turned into a big loss of yardage.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Wentz to throw on second down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here we go. What's this? 46 down, man, 5-4.
On play action, it's Wentz. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Derek Kindred there to get a hand on that one. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And now here comes Kansas City. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 1st and 10, Hogan. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Hogan now. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now Hogan. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
The first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And now out come the Patriots. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Wentz now on 1st down. Ertz over the middle. And now a fumble. The ball's out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Great 15, great 15.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat there. They go play action here on 1st down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Raekwon McMillan coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And he's going to go down again. Carl Lawson in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's got Moncrief. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On the ball.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
New England on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hang in there now. Trey 15. Looks on.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And that is going to be incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. Now the Chiefs' offense, they get ready to head on the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hogan finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Foxborough after this. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4.
Gone!
From the gun, Hogan. Over the middle to Smith. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now the Patriots offense, they worked their way back out onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. but they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Ram.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On third down, they go Montgomery. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
This one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They get it to him running left. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal.
Gun! Detroit!
Operating from the gun, Hogan. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Wentz. Looking deep for Hilton. And this one is incomplete. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. To throw on 2nd down. Hogan. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for KC. 43 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 24. This is Hines. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They run again with Hines. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Hines on the toss play. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Watch him now, Barney!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hogan. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Kiki QT, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. New England on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Wentz. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Throwing on first down. Hogan over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw. Hogan, and that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Back to throw. Hogan, open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So the Patriots coming out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he'll power his way up near the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Sunday.
Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch there for Thomas. It's a 1st down. Back now in Foxborough. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter.
Hang in there now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. 2 running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Here we go. What's this on, 20? Mike 51. Hold on. What's this on?
And that'll set them back 5. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New England. "31 yards on the punt there. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe... you've taught me this before. Maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They run with Hines. Finding room inside the 40. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. New England on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Taken in at the 11. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And out come the Chiefs now. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Chiefs, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for New England, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.